What's up, Pistons fans, NBA fans, basketball fans in general? Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham has been absolutely amazing this season. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. The performances, the competition he's beaten so far. All of these things will lead you to believe that he's a shoo-in for an all-star spot. But is that the case? Shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this video. Let's talk about that.
Hey, King paying for gas.
Cade Cunningham. Man, I am one of the biggest Cade Cunningham fans, man. To get to this point to where we are and to know that he's still improving it's been more than joy for us true Pistons fans. A lot of us Pistons fans are very impatient. You know, we don't want to wait. We don't want to go through the process. We just want stardom right out of the gate. Obviously, first couple of seasons had a few injuries to derail him, but now in a fairly healthy season, you're seeing the true results and a true Cade Cunningham. When you look at the Pistons last season, going from Monty Williams now to JB Bickerstaff, the identity of the team. You know, we don't have the mass amount of injuries. We don't have all of the other situations that held us back and just drug us down. We don't have the issues in the front office. We don't have all of these things, right? Everything is on a positive note, and of course, winning helps that. Cade has been flourishing in this situation as we expect him to. But the amount of growth and just the amount of games that we've seen so far lets you know how bad things really were last season. A lot of the fans around the league, they still have that taste in their mouth from last season. You'll see on social media people say things like, "It's the Pistons," or "Who cares, it's the Pistons," not realizing that the Pistons are winning games. They've won 7 out of the last 8. And I expect them to keep going. Even though we just suffered a devastating injury with Jay Nivey, I think Cade can keep this boat going, along with Beasley, along with Asar, along with Duran, along with Isaiah Stewart, Tim Hardaway Jr. All the contributions from everyone, even from our rookie and Ron Holland. Cade has the pieces around him right now to really impress and really shock the league. And we still have an opportunity to go and make a trade if necessary. Don't necessarily has to be a superstar. It could be someone who just contributes to what we do. We have an identity again, finally. And this hard-nosed, gritty team, they keep scrapping. I don't care if they down 20. You still have a chance to lose this basketball game. That's the mentality that we have. We're not a team that you can rest players against anymore. All of that credit goes to our number one guy, Cade Cunningham, man. Cade is, a walking triple-double. I mean, just exudes professionalism and leadership in every way that you want your starting guy to be. Your number one guy. He's giving you all of those things. We've locked him down. He's here. There's no contract situations to talk about. Everything is just in place. So the only thing left right now at this point of the season is that all-star nod. Here's where things get a little bit dicey. This is the NBA we're talking about. You know, our relationship with the NBA, as the Detroit Pistons, has been rocky for decades. As a fan base, I challenge us to do a lot better. I challenge us to get out there and vote and get out there to share these performances that Cade has given us on a night-to-night basis and just make everyone aware of what's happening here in Detroit, because Detroit is not a national team anymore. It is literally us versus everybody. That's not just a slogan. Nobody's searching and looking for the Detroit Pistons. We have to make ourselves known. We have to make ourselves present. One way to do that is to get there and vote. We have to vote. We got to go online and vote. We have to make it known that we're here. I hold us accountable. When our team is struggling and going through some things, we don't show up. And we can't say, well, obviously that's understandable. Not really. When you look at our other franchises here in Detroit, they show up through the good and the bad. The Detroit Lions fans are just there. This is not a new thing for them. Hell, they were the worst organization in the league for years, and they still filled out those stadiums, hoping that the Lions can flip it over. The support is always there. We don't have a stadium full of other fans in our arena cheering for other teams and other players. We do that. We allow that. I know a lot of us we don't want to spend our hard-earned money to go see the Pistons lose. You don't understand how much a fan base can do for a team when you put that faith behind a team, when you put that energy behind a team. We don't know because that's not what we do as Pistons fans here. And it also shows in the voting polls. We're not on social media putting votes in. We're not going to the website putting votes in like we should be. We just got to do better, man. We got to do better. All right, you guys, real quick. Over on BetUS, they have odds for the All-Star already. They will continue to update them as we get closer to the All-Star game, different type of props and everything else. Make sure you guys go and check those out. Remember, 150% bonuses up to your first deposit, up to $2,000, using the promo code YouTube150 to get those deals over at BetUS. You don't always have to go on there for All-Star. You can go on there for game-to-game bets, game-to-game props. They have live bets on there while the game is going on. They have everything that you need over at BetUS, so make sure you guys go and check them out. Let's get back to it. Whenever you see highlights, whenever you see the numbers put out there, repost it, share it, leave it in the comment section on NBA posts, anything basketball. The world needs to hear. The work that he's doing, it speaks loud. It speaks very loud. But to the casuals, they may not hear it. The NBA is not about stats alone. A lot of people, they automatically look into the stats, and that's where they get it wrong at. It's a voted event between fans and the coaches. That's what it's about. So it's on us to do our job. because he's damn for sure doing his part. That's why I'm sitting here campaigning, if you want to call it that. Because I've seen this situation happen in Detroit so many times where we have that player and we look at the numbers, and when they don't make an all-star team, we hit the moon. Simply because we're not understanding how big of a part that we play into that happening. The NBA, yeah, it's egregious. They need to find some type of other method to get all-stars voted in. But for what it is right now, we got work to do. We got work to do, man. Do I think it's going to happen? Absolutely. Absolutely do. Not only is it, just us reposting some things, you got some of the greats in this league starting to mention things. They're talking about it every game. I will always watch the away game when I watch Pistons games. And he's definitely on notice. But again, the fans. So we got to push. Cade is going to keep doing his job. He's only going to get better, man, which is crazy. He's only going to get better. But he deserves it. He deserves every single bit of the success that he has. From being an excellent human being, for being a great father, a great family man, surrounded by a great circle of people. But most of all, a great basketball player. He can hoop. Cade can hoop, man. And, the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, be having them going. He be out there. So, with that said, we just have to hope and pray that his recognition is felt enough in this league for us to get him in this All-Star game. Yeah, it's a fan voted situation or whatever, but for real, these accolades, it means a lot to these athletes. It lets them know that their hard work is not being looked over. To flip the franchise back over this season the way that we are. We're on pace right now for 38 or 39 wins. I made a bold statement on social media, on Twitter, and said that I expect the Pistons to win 40 games this season. And, a lot of laughter, of course. But it's not so funny anymore. Because we're about to be a 500 team. We're already almost halfway there. We're 3 games away from being halfway there. We got a whole lot of basketball to play still. We just flipped over to 2025. It's not that funny anymore, is it? Some people can see things a little bit different than you. And, the additions that we put on this team, from the staff change to the veterans that we added, I just had a feeling that this team would be a whole lot different this season. And a casual Minds fan, once something happens, it's the end of the world, and it's just going to stay like that in their mind. It's very hard to regain their trust. Well, I don't think like a fan. I watch basketball from a microscope as an analyst / fan, as a scout / fan. Hell, sometimes I even think I'm a GM. But with that said, leave it in the comment section, man. Do you think he's going to make it this year? And I really take an educated guess at that. You got to play all the factors in. This is a voting game. This is the Detroit Pistons. Will he make it? Me, I believe so. And I expect him to. I think his actions are going to speak too loud for them to keep him down. Leave it in the comment section, man. Shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.